Meno Warriors, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about having a merry menopause. Each week I share a video with you about something related to menopause or the perimenopause, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss future episodes. And today I'm going to actually be sharing a few of my own resources that I use and fall back on when life just gets really stressful, really hectic, and there are only so many things that we can control. There are always going to be stressors out there, and Christmas is just a really hectic time of year. Even if you are stepping back a bit and thinking, well, I'm not doing all the parties and I'm not doing all this and that, and we're having a small, quiet Christmas at home, there is still that societal pressure, that cultural pressure that says you should be doing something special. And I think that can weigh quite heavily upon us as well. So today, literally keeping it quite short, quite simple. Sometimes I do have a habit of going on, but I could talk forever about menopause. But I know we're all busy, so I'm going to drive straight into it. So the reality is that often women are cleaning the beds for the visitors. Women are doing the cooking. Women are doing the shopping. Women are doing the present wrapping. Women are doing the buying. And on top of that, we're still trying to live our lives. You might be caring for grandchildren. You may be having loved ones that you care for, maybe aging parents that you're helping out. If you're like me, you've probably got a garden and a house that you maintain as well. And, there's always something to do. So to add everything else onto your plate, plus you might be very busy at work, you might be having work do, so they're making you more tired as well. There is a lot to contend with, and we are not robots, and we are all super women, but we all have our limitations as well. So my key point really is to make sure that you are getting adequate rest. And you might say, well, that is ridiculous. What a stupid thing to say. Listen, if you're not getting adequate sleep, you are negatively impacting every aspect of your menopause and your experience of the menopause. If it means getting to bed a bit earlier, get to bed a bit earlier, just so that you can get your around sort of 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It's really important for everything. Your menopause symptoms will be improved if you've got better sleep. You won't be so snappy. Your hot flushes are not going to be so bad. And then you'll have also energy for the times when you are partying and, if you are going out and about and doing that sort of stuff. So during menopause, the pituitary gland helps to regulate the production of certain hormones like follicle stimulating hormone and cortisol, which I'm always talking about. And it's also when our brains flush. It's when our glial cells clean themselves. The body literally needs sleep on every level in order for you to function effectively. Sleep also has a positive impact on your satiety hormone. So when you're sleeping well, you're going to be making wiser food and drink choices. If you're sleeping badly, if you like a drink, you're probably more likely to reach for the alcohol earlier in the day than you would otherwise. You're probably likely to be reaching for the foods that are not going to support your health so well either. And that can become a vicious circle then, because that alcohol or the excessive alcohol and the foods that are not so great for us are negatively going to impact your sleep. So it is about sort of being quite bossy with ourselves, drawing a line in the sand and saying, okay, fine. Now, listen, first of all, before I go on any further, because I want to talk about a few more tips, there are things that I have here that I take particularly through the winter months, not enough sunlight, and also when I am under a lot of pressure. And last few months has just been horrendous with a couple of things that have been going on. So I have been just making sure this is my favorite thing. This is my superfood shake. I have this every single day. This is the cafe latte flavor. It contains the adaptogen herbs that I swear by for my menopause symptoms and my mental health. Adaptogen herbs help you adapt to stress, basically, but it also contains pre and probiotics, digestive enzymes, and I'd literally just mix that in water, or I could mix it in milk if I want to. It's about the equivalent of eating about 6 bags of salad. It's got all the magnesium, the potassium, high vitamin C, camu berries. It's got so much good stuff in it. If you want any information on this, just message me adaptogens or comment adaptogens and I'll send it to you. I do sell this. I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm not going to try and force you to have it, but I promise you, I think this literally has made my journey through the menopause, getting rid of belly fat, helping with my menopause symptoms, but my energy levels too. Plus it helps with your hair and your skin and your nails, and it's anti-inflammatory. I know people that have got fibromyalgia, they swear by it. Rheumatoid arthritis, they swear by it. So I can send you testimonials on it as well. I don't sell lemon balm, and lemon balm is brilliant if you are struggling with anxiety. I'm a psychotherapist. I specialize in anxiety, and I use a lot of hypnotherapy to help people with anxiety too, depending on what the root cause is. But lemon balm, I got this from wholefoodsonline.co.uk. You can get it on Amazon as well, but I bought quite a bit of stuff from them before in the past, and I believe I think their stuff is high quality, and a cup of tea of that regularly through the day, if you struggle with anxiety, is going to really help quell that anxiety response. Another one that this is a new one that I'm trying. It is called magnesium, and it's got the 5 types complex. So it's got all the different types of magnesium in it. I was just taking a magnesium glycinate supplement until that ran out. I do think this is better. I think it's more effective, particularly if you struggle to sleep and if you're struggling with stress. Magnesium is one of those things that we tend to lack because we don't eat enough foods that contain magnesium. Magnesium is our calming mineral. So again, I take one, it says take 2, I just take one before bed because I've got my superfood shake, and I eat a lot of foods that are rich in magnesium. So I have one of these before bed. I got it from Amazon, and I also got this from Amazon. It's vitamin D. It does say for bones and muscles. I work out for bones and muscles, but vitamin D is one of those that literally our bodies need. And if you live in the northern latitudes, if you're working all day and you don't get out into the sun very often, you're probably lacking in vitamin D. Vitamin D, again, is going to help you sleep better. It's going to help you regulate your mental health. It does give you better bones and better muscles and better brain health, helps protect your heart, helps protect against cancer. I mean, vitamin D, like sleep, is one of those things you really should not be deficient in. And I just take one of these a day. It says take one a day, and I just take one a day. So I find that these 4 things combined work really, really well. If I could only take one, it would be my superfood shake. Without, hands down, it's got those adaptogen herbs in, and it helps your gut health to heal. And a lot of our happy hormones, serotonin, which is part of the antidepressants, if you go onto antidepressants, antidepressants basically help serotonin to stay in your body for longer, and 90% of that is created in our gut. So gut health is incredibly important. So my next tip is try not to overindulge. And you might think, yeah, but it's Christmas, I want to let my hair down. Yeah, so do I. And I think if you're overindulging occasionally, it doesn't really matter. I mean, have fun with it. But if you're overindulging means that you're feeling sick the next day, I wouldn't overindulge that much. I mean, overindulging for me might be different to overindulging for you. Overindulging for me, I've got so boring, it's probably just an extra glass of wine, actually. But or if I was going to a party, it depends if my cousin's there. If my cousin's there, we'll get the whiskey out, and then that is definitely overindulging. But on the whole, just be mindful that if you overindulge, you're going to pay the price the next day. It will make your menopause symptoms worse. And again, that can have that negative effect, like having not enough sleep. It's going to affect the foods and the drink that you reach for the next day. And it's another day sort of spent feeling sludgy in this life that is such a miracle. I think we all get so blasé about we're alive and we have one chance, and that might be it. So while I'm very much about living life in balance, I think we ought to really just harness the fact and be really cognizant of the fact that every day we get to wake up alive is an absolute miracle. And we really ought to try and make sure that we're making the most of it. And I know we don't, because we're not robots, but just have that at the sort of forefront of your mind. Is if you're really going to overindulge, you might make a fool of yourself, and it's not going to help your waistline, it's not going to help you sleep, and really is the short-term gain of the overindulging worth the long-term pain? Maybe not. It's entirely up to you, but it will affect your blood sugar levels. It's going to make you get bloated. It could help you pile on the belly fat, and your menopause is just going to be a lot worse. It's going to make your hot flushes worse, and you might find it will negatively impact your sleep the following night, and possibly even the night after that. It can also impair your memory, your brain function. If you get brain fog, it's really hard to get that clarity sometimes. Well, if you overindulge, you might just think, well, actually, I'm going to overindulge so I can spend a day on the sofa underneath a quilt and watch films, because I've not done that forever. well, I actually see that as a positive thing. Just do that. Have fun, slob it out the next day, watch a few films, and just cozy up. I think also important is to keep a good routine. And again, I know we're not robots. You want to let your hair down, you want to have some fun. But if you can make sure that you eat a healthy breakfast, if you can get your workout done in the morning, or at least get out into nature for a walk for a while, move your body, drink, when you wake up in the morning, drink a pint of warm water, ideally with the juice of half a lemon or maybe some apple cider vinegar in it. Just replenish your cells with water so that you are at least starting out strong. Try and make sure that at every meal you have a good amount of protein. Protein is so important for us through the menopause. And if you want the healthy proteins guide that I wrote for myself and shared with my body confidence ladies, I will drop the link below. You're more than welcome to grab that. If you're listening to this on Instagram or Facebook, click the link in my bio. It's in the free resources, or just message me for it. I'll send it through to you. But protein is really important, as are all our macronutrients, our carbs, our fats. But protein is something we tend not to eat enough of. And when you balance, or when you track your macronutrients, which I've been doing for a while, I notice that even though I'm really aware of eating enough protein, I still struggle to eat enough protein throughout the course of the day. My superfood shake has all got protein in it as well. I use that as one of my extra ways of getting protein in. But you actually have to work quite hard to get enough protein in. And you want to have protein throughout the course of the day. So things like milled flaxseed or linseed is an excellent way of starting your day off well, because if you have cereals, you can just sprinkle some on. If you have a smoothie, you can sprinkle, you can add it to your smoothie. So it's not just about having a portion of chicken or a portion of fish or something, or tofu at breakfast. There are other ways around it, but really focus on making sure that you're eating enough protein through the menopause. Healthy fats also, please do not go low fat. Healthy fats are really your ally. All our hormones essentially come from fat, and cholesterol is the precursor to all of our hormones. So cholesterol gets a bad rap. I will link to that at the end of this, because cholesterol is one of those that is the baddie, and actually it shouldn't really be the baddie. And then just be realistic, have fun about it. Don't put too much stress around it. Enjoy the day, allocate. I mean, I've just been creating for my team. We've just been going through a quarterly productivity workshop. Actually, it's a 3-day workshop, and in there is the calendar and our quarterly check-ins, sort of lead lag indicators to make sure that the goals that we're taking are achieving the actions that we're taking are achieving the goals that we want to achieve. And it's important that you really do have a schedule so that you can stay on top of it. So, maybe you can download calendars on Canva or Google, or you've probably got one in your diary or whatever, and just time block when you're going to be doing your shopping, when are you going to be doing your cooking, when are you going to be just chilling out and relaxing, when are you going to put the turkey on if you cook a turkey. Time block your week ahead or the next 2 weeks ahead. Prioritize the family stuff first, and then work around that. So realistically, what you need to get done so that you get it done. Because if you're sort of just going through the week or the day thinking, oh, I meant to do that today. For me, it's always shopping. I hate grocery shopping, and I'll think, I've been meaning to go grocery shopping for the last 3 days, and it's not in my schedule. If it was in my schedule, I'd say, okay, right, I have to finish that now because I'm going to go grocery shopping. My shops aren't that close to me, in all honesty, so it is a bit of a trip. But when you schedule them, you may miss a few things, but on the whole, it's going to keep you a lot more productive. And when you're productive, you're not wasting time. I think a lot of us at this time of the year, we get a bit chaotic, and it's just like, oh, what do I need? What do I need to do next? I'll just make a cup of coffee while I sit and have a think. Well, while we had to sit and have a think and make a coffee, we could have got a load of things off our to-do list. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Like I say, if you want any, if you need further details on these supplements that I take that I find really help me to manage stress, to keep me clearer thinking, just remember that this time of the year is literally, it's about spending it with your loved ones, if you're lucky enough to have loved ones, and enjoying the time for yourself as well. amongst the chaos and the clutter of the festive period. So wish you the most amazing Christmas. Have a fabulous time, and thank you for your company. If you've not already subscribed, make sure to click the subscribe button, and please give it a thumbs up, because it's just lovely when you do. I will talk to you soon.